It's been 1 year since Marine Corporal Humberto Sanchez died while serving our country overseas. Coming up, I'm Nikki DeMentri here in Logansport. The neighbor right here next to the Williams home said everything happened shortly after 3 o'clock in the morning. That's when she called 911, looked outside, and the house was up in flames. For weeks, we've been asking IMPD for this body cam footage involved in this case. Now, originally, IMPD said it would be released once autopsy reports of Herman Whitfield III were finalized. Now, that hasn't happened yet. A federal gas tax holiday. It may sound like a good idea, but experts say it's not going to save you a ton of money.
Raphael, hundreds, possibly thousands filled the State House this morning. You can see many are still behind me. They are here as we're waiting for that testimony to end in the Senate chambers. Might have David Hasselhoff, but guess who I have? I have Daniel. I'm here in Section 82, right behind Gate 2. Daniel, tell me about this outfit. I mean, how could you not talk to this man?
It's the news no one wanted to hear. It's the news no one wanted to believe has happened. The coroner has positively identified the 4 bodies pulled from a pond just behind me just several hours ago as that missing family of 4. This afternoon, authorities released a timeline of exactly what happened here behind me less than 24 hours ago, that mass shooting that happened inside the Greenwood Park Mall. Now, authorities say the actual shooting, well, it happened in less than 2 minutes. Shaken to the core.
This is a senseless tragedy, and our hearts are broken with yours.
3 people are dead and 2 are recovering from injuries after the Sunday night shooting at the Greenwood Park Mall. Police say this is the shooter, 20-year-old Jonathan Douglas Sapirman.
His family members that we spoke to, they were just as surprised as everyone else was. They said there were no indicators that he was violent or unstable.
Using surveillance video, police say Sapirman entered the mall just before 5 p.m. He went straight into a bathroom, they note, where he stayed for an hour and 2 minutes.
We believe, and we don't want to speculate, but we believe he was getting ready.
When he emerged, shots rang out, killing 30-year-old Victor Gomez. Police say 2 was carrying a handgun, but didn't have time to use it. Then in the food court, husband and wife, 56-year-old Pedro Pineda and 37-year-old Rosa Miriam Riviera de Pineda, were shot and killed. Police say the suspect also injured a 22-year-old woman and a 12-year-old girl.
Once he came out and started shooting, it was 2 minutes by the time the first shot was fired until he was neutralized by our Good Samaritan.
That was at 5:57 when police say a 22-year-old armed civilian from Seymour engaged the suspect with a legally carried handgun, ultimately killing him.
Many more people would have died last night if not for a responsible armed citizen that took action very quickly within the first 2 minutes of this shooting.
Overnight, authorities executed a search warrant at Polo Run Apartments, just a 3-minute drive down the road where Sapirman lived alone. Inside, they found the oven on a high temperature with a laptop and butane inside.
I don't want to speculate what his intentions were, whether it could have been to cause a fire or to damage the laptop, but we did retrieve the laptop, and that is going to go to Quantico to be analyzed.
At this time, there is no known motive for this shooting. We just learned that the Greenwood Park Mall will reopen tomorrow at 11 a.m., Mark.
And Nikki, as investigators look into all the evidence and collect that, can you share anything more with us about the guns that may have been used in this shooting?
Yeah, so there were several guns recovered, Mark. 2 were recovered here. 1 of those rifles were used during the shooting. Another rifle was found in a backpack inside that bathroom where the shooter stayed for about an hour and 2 minutes.
Want to play with Legos a little bit?
This one. The little ice cream one. And you could be the ice cream bandit. This looks like Violet.
That's the ice cream right there.
That's me.
Like so many 6-year-olds, Levi Galvez loves Legos. His dad, Giovanni, is his right-hand man. The 2, well, they don't let the sounds of a hospital get in the way of Lego time.
Yeah, 4 years we lived here. Yep, in and out of the hospital.
Since he was 2, Levi has battled leukemia.
I look at him as, somebody that I'm just always gonna be there as a protector and, somebody who can always be their provider.
Around Christmas, the 6-year-old relapsed once again. Doctors told the family a stem cell transplant was the best treatment option.
We knew fast that we didn't have a donor. Within 10 days that we all got tested.
Giovanni turned out to be a half-match donor.
Here we go.
And on March 1st,
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you.
If I wouldn't be here right now, he wouldn't be getting a transplant. So it's pretty big. It's pretty awesome to be able to do that.
In late July of 2021, Giovanni attempted suicide.
Things got a little rough, and I was always used to helping others. So it's kind of hard to ask for help when you're so used to just giving help.
The dad of two says in his darkest moment, he knew he didn't want to die. He had to live for his kids.
Felt like that wasn't me. That wasn't who I wanted to be.
Giovanni spent 11 days at Methodist Hospital, the same hospital where he works as a financial counselor in the emergency department. The attempt left him with fractured ribs, a damaged diaphragm, and without a spleen.
Sometimes I used to wonder why I lived, but there was a greater purpose after that.
Hi. I'm gonna go get some.
Oh, the vacuum part.
Banana, banana.
It's a second chance at life for both father and son, a story Giovanni plans now to share with the world.
I hope that one day I can give hope to people that, it's like there is hope with all this, just because you seem like you're going through a dark day, it's not like it's the last.
In Indianapolis, Nikki DeMentri, WRTV. While it is certainly quiet inside the State House atrium right now, that wasn't the case just a few hours earlier. Now hundreds of Hoosiers from all around the state, mostly anti-abortion advocates, came out to speak out. Day two of the special session saw a sea of blue in the atrium of the State House.
Everyone here is on the same page. We all want the same thing. We're all for life.
Hundreds of anti-abortion supporters came together for the Love Them Both rally held by Indiana Right to Life. Timothy Knable and his 13-year-old daughter Annabelle came from the Evansville area.
We're finally seeing some change in the right direction. It felt hopeless for many years, and now that we're finally seeing that ability to make change on the local level.
Many feel the legislation doesn't go far enough.
We have worked, we have prayed, we have done everything we can do for 50 years to see the reversal of Roe. We did not do that to get a weak Senate Bill 1.
Speakers took to the podium, including State Senator Liz Brown, in between chants and prayer.
We give you all the glory.
Following the rally, discussions like this could be heard.
This gentleman is very respectful, and we've been having, like you said, you saw us having a good conversation.
Lisa Rainey was one of a handful of pro-abortion rights advocates at the rally.
We all know accidents happen, and when those accidents happen, a woman shouldn't have a death sentence imposed on her.
Anti-abortion supporter Dave Rowland says he too appreciates the discussion and found some common ground.
I think if we have civil discussions and start fixing the whole process, not just one piece of it, that it'd be better for all of us.
Dave, do you feel like at this point civil discussions are going on?
It's hard because there's a lot of emotions involved.
Now, I've been at the State House the past 2 days talking to dozens of folks here on all sides of this issue, and several shared that same sentiment that they're hoping open dialogue continues.